Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aries, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the strength card, right? So yes, it's strength and stamina and all the rest of it, and courage. You have these things in spades, right? What this really says to me is that this is a week where you're going to need to persevere or push through with something. And the feeling that I get from this is it's something that you've either promised yourself or something that you've promised somebody else that you know is going to make your life better. So let's say you said to a friend or a family member or a spouse, like, I'm going to quit smoking or I'm going to quit drinking or whatever it is. There's something that you've made a promise on that this week you're going to find, this week it's likely to be that you're going to find yourself confronted with a situation where you're having to dig deeper than you usually would in order to see this through. Now, it doesn't have to be that you've got a vice and that you want to quit it. It could be anything, right? This could be that you've decided that actually you're going to go for that promotion. You're going to stop, shortchanging yourself. You're going to stop selling yourself short. You're going to stop, allowing that person at work to talk to you a certain way, or a certain employee to treat you a certain way, right? This is about you, something that you've promised yourself. Whether this is through promising somebody else, something that you've promised yourself this week, you're having to dig really deep on, and you're finding the energy, you're finding the strength, you're finding the courage that you need to push past whatever you feel to make that thing happen. All right. So if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. If you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't got yours yet, the winter solstice is on the 21st of December. I have two amazing guests. Heather and Denise will both be there. We're going to be talking astrology, numerology, tarot, human design. We're going to be doing FLP, future life progression, to see what your 2022 has in store for it. And this year there will be a recording because so many of you have asked. Trust me, you do not want to miss this. You can get your link, you can get your seat rather, in the link in the description box below. So for your actions and options, you have the Page of Cups, right? So this is really nice because it suggests to me that in a way you're actually following your heart, right? This, like, literally following your heart. This is about you doing something that really feels like you're being true to yourself. This could be a week where you are presented with a situation, an opportunity to stand by your word, right? So this could be something, again, something that you've promised yourself, something that you said you would do, something that you said you would give. And now it's like you find yourself confronted with something where you have the chance to follow through. This is a moment, right? This is a moment. This is a word, as they say, right? This is a moment. It's a word, and you need to accept this, right? This is where the universe is giving you the potential or the opportunity to have or to hold the thing that you've asked for. What it's going to take is that grit, courage and determination on the internal plane for you to make this happen, right? In a lot of ways, I actually feel like this is a lot more about self-love than it is about for other people. And that is where everything starts, because when you truly love yourself, you can truly love everything and everyone else. This is actually a really nice card to have here. The other thing that I want to say to you is this week, you may get a feeling, an intuition, some sort of intuitive nudge might really show you or highlight to you something that you really want on the deeper level, like what you're in your heart of hearts. What is it that you truly want? I think this week you're going to get really clear on this, maybe clearer on it than you've been in a long time. For some of you, possibly ever. All right. It's like there's a moment of intuitive clarity that really kind of touches you in that heart space. For your communications and conversations, you've got that 8 of Cups. So you've got two 8s here, right? The strength card is number 8. 8 of Cups, obviously 8 So 2 8 represents new knowledge, new information coming into the work sector. This might be that you're having a conversation this week that really does highlight to you how you feel or how you felt about something. For some of you, this might be retrospectively. Maybe you have a conversation and it's like, oh my gosh, you know what? I didn't know that I really felt like this about this situation, and I've actually felt like this for the last 5, 10, 15, 20, however many years. This could be a really powerful realization that comes through a conversation, likely to be with a colleague, maybe a fellow student, etc. For those of you that work for somebody else, you might decide that this is the week, right, where you say to your boss, look, I'm not going to put up with this anymore, or I want this, this is how I want to progress. And if you can't offer me that, I'm going to have to start looking elsewhere. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, there's a strong feeling here. It's like maybe you're releasing some old way of doing things. Maybe there's something about your business that you've wanted to shift or change for a long time. And it's like this moment of clarity that comes on the internal level, sees you having the courage to really go for it, right? To really just jump in with both feet and say, you know what, it's time, right? For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, I think this is, again, right, not only is this that self-honesty moment, but it's that self-love. It's, you know, I think a lot of you that are retired, maybe this is the time, you know, or not working, maybe this is the time where you get enough courage, faith, and, you know, strength, courage, and wisdom, as the song says, you know, in yourself to say, actually, you know what, I've still got purpose, I've still got use, I've still got so much to give to the world. And this is about you finding ways to do that, all right? For your love and relations, you've got the Death card, okay? So you've got the Death card coupled with the Page of Cups. So that's a time sequence. So two things are going to come up here. When it comes to partnerships and relationships, what was happening in Scorpio season? So late October coming into early to mid-November, what was taking place for you? When we had Scorpio season, it was powerful this year. You know, I mean, it's always powerful, but this year it seemed to have an extra kick, right? Fun times. I guess the question is, and you know, and your ruler, Mars, is currently in the sign of Scorpio, all right, as I'm recording this. As we come into the end of this week, actually, it comes close to you know, pitching out of Scorpio, but Scorpio's a Mars-ruled sign as well. So you might always, you know, if you wonder why you always feel Scorpio season quite deeply, that's one of the reasons, right? Because the sun is in a sign that is ruled by your ruler. So whatever's going on with Mars is always going to be going on with you. Whatever's going on with Scorpio is likely to speak to or affect you in some way, shape or form. Now, that being said, like I said, what was going on in your partnerships, your relationships, in your family around late October coming into early to mid-November? What was taking place for you in that family sphere? Because the chances are you're going to be revisiting that. Only this time, not only is there a lot more clarity, there's a lot more self-belief, right? So it's like you've got the courage to face this, whatever it is. And this also suggests that whatever's taking place for you now is likely to be setting into motion a much larger story arc, right? So whatever's going on for you this week is likely to reach into Scorpio season of 2022. So this is not a week to take lightly, right? Whatever that realization is, it's going to be big. For those of you that are single, and maybe there's kind of someone in the scene, this might be a week where you kind of realize, actually, you know what? This is not my person, all right? And it's like by releasing them, you release yourself, right? So, you know, win-win situation. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, by really having that moment of clarity and realization for self, you really start to evolve. Like you really start to push the relationship forward. And in a lot of ways, maybe it's because you are releasing some sort of personal baggage. Maybe it is because you are, you know, really saying to yourself, actually, you know what, this is no longer something that I want to engage in. And because I'm releasing that, my internal world is clearer, and that makes me better in and for my relationship. And then finally, for your money and materials, you have the Justice card. All right, so this is not bad. I actually kind of like the Justice card for money, because it always suggests that there's new contracts, new ways forward. Maybe there's new work coming in, new work ideas, new projects, new collaborations, right? Because the Justice card is all about commitment, and it's all about where you put your signature to something. So this could really see your finances boosting this week through connections, through collaborations, through partnerships, and through new contracts of any kind. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be there's a lot of water here as well, by the way, and the strength card can speak to your physical body. There's a lot of, and the reason I say this is because the death card is Scorpio, Page of Cups, Eight of Cups, that's all water. And more importantly, you look down here, you've got the Justice card. The Justice card is the kidneys, right? I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but what I can tell you is this is a lot of water energy, and you've got that Justice card which rules the kidneys. This week, look after them, right? You know, maybe check in with a healthcare professional and ask them how you can take more care of your kidneys, how you can take more care of your waterworks. This is a really good week to do things that will going to strengthen and enhance that part of your body. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, I mean, for some of you, this could be you deciding that you're ready to commit to a new place of living. Maybe this is about, you know, some of you haven't necessarily been all in on a relationship, and it's like, you know what, I'm going to be more present in my environment. I'm going to be more present at home. I'm going to be more present for the home that I have. And in a way, have more gratitude for what you have as well. This could be a really nice week for you guys, actually. It's a lot of emotions, right? It's a lot of processing. It's a lot of you know, clearing some baggage, but I actually think this could be great. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.